end of the day, men will then meet and date on consecutive days until usually after a few short days they'll say, look, stop. I like this lady a lot. I don't want to see anybody else. I'll spend more time with this lady. Now, subject to the lady's availability, she may not be able to get time off work, but hopefully she'll be able to get some time off work, if only in the evenings. They will be able to spend more time together, and if he's lucky, they'll be able to go away. Most of our clients usually find a few days when they can get away with the lady, spend more time together, and then what will happen, usually the guy will find himself coming back at the end of the holiday and saying, look, it's gone very well. I'm not rushing down the aisle, it's not marriages at speed, but at the same time, I think we've got a potentially good, firm, potential relationship here, and we're both singing from the same song sheet, we're both wanting to achieve the same thing, we get on very well, the chemistry's there, maybe the language may or may not be strong there, but then what we'll suggest is, if you're moving forward, the gentleman will say to us, well, look, I want this lady taken off your books. And we can only take the lady off the books if the gentleman says, right, I'll get engaged to this lady. So the gentleman will get engaged, in inverted commas, to buy her a modest engagement ring. It's not written in stone. He can come out a second time, perhaps change his mind, say maybe it's not going well. But at that instance, he has to have done something to make some potential commitment to that lady. Otherwise, he'll go home and that lady stays on our books and Joe Blogg's coming out next week and meet her. If the guy gets engaged to a lady, he'll go off, buy her a modest engagement ring. I suggest you don't spend much on it at all at this stage, maybe about $600, 300 UK pounds, don't spend a lot. You can always buy a big rock later when she's over here in your country, over there in your country. But at the end of the day, they'll get an engagement ring, they'll come back, we'll sit down with them, go through all the details of what the man has to do when he goes home, his instructions, and the lady's instructions, and then the gentleman will keep in touch with the lady, and he will arrange when he's coming out on a second trip. Now, 99% of my clients come out on a second trip and decide to move forward, having a Buddhist wedding ceremony, or indeed signing marriage registration papers and marrying legally. Of course, there's option C. You could come out and say, well, I'm not actually feeling so good about this anymore, or maybe the lady says, I'm not happy anymore. I can only think of one lady who's ever changed her mind, actually, but anyway, it could happen. It can happen for a man. He can come out and say, I'm not sure. There's no more to pay. You just have to come back into our office and start all over again. Yes, he'd have to make another trip, but at the end of the day, we like you to be pretty sure before you make that big step. But usually we will find that the guy will actually say, look, we're moving forward, the wedding is booked, I'm going to sign the papers, we will take them to the embassy at the end of that trip. If it's a US client, it will have taken perhaps longer between the two trips. It doesn't preclude him from making separate trips in between if he wants to see the lady, but either way, the guy will find himself invariably coming out on the second trip, moving forward, having a Buddhist wedding ceremony, signing the papers, and us marching him off to the embassy where we lodge the application. He will come home alone. His lady will await a phone call from the embassy saying your interview is on such and such a date, as was the lady who did the video clip on this film that you'll see, Pam. She's awaiting at the moment, but she won't be now. She'll have passed by now. She's awaiting her interview in about 4 weeks' time. At the end of the day, we find ourselves then, the gentleman finds himself waiting until the lady has actually done the interview, successfully passed, and then it's just a situation of basically, once the lady has passed the interview, it's basically a situation of arranging a flight for the lady to come to the gentleman's home country. We can assist with that as well. The lady will then, the gentleman sometimes will come out and make another trip and bring the lady back, but there's no necessity to do so. It's nice if he can, but if he's not able to, it's not a problem. At the end of the day, the lady will then arrive in the gentleman's home country. If it's coming to a worldwide country, excluding the States, it'll be almost certainly a wife's visa. There are good reasons for going for a wife's visa, which I can talk about at another day when I speak to you personally. It's not a big deal either if a prenuptial is required. That is discussed as well. That is discussed on the first engagement time anyway. If a prenuptial agreement is required, that can be done, that can be written and translated into Thai on the second trip. Anyway, once the lady passes the visa, she's over to the gentleman's home country. If there's any support or further help needed, my wife is on hand. Talk to your lady, and the lady will almost invariably, irrespective of what country she goes to, she will almost invariably find that there are other ladies who met through our service who are living in her home country, and she can keep in touch with them. And there are large Thai communities in every major city of the world now, and so the lady is not going to be isolated. That's basically how it works. We're with the customer from every single step of the way, from first phone call to final ring on the finger and marriage, and beyond.
To what do you attribute high professional longevity and continuing success?
What you see with me is what you get. Basically, we are the longest running successful Thai marriage agency in the world. We've got the largest Thai website on the internet. At the end of the day, people come to us because they know we have the experience, they know we get the job done. We stay humble. Although I know that if you click onto the internet, you will have a job not to find us. I know that there's every Tom, Dick and Harry is opening a new agency every week, and we see it happening. You need to go with somebody you can trust. But we stay humble. I have the analogy of a boxing champion who, some boxing champions, they strive and fight hard until they get to the top. And once they get to the top, they think, well, I'm a champion, I'm going to enjoy myself and I'm going to milk it for all it's got. They're not going to last. They're going to be defeated. They're going to be brought down to earth. I have the mindset always, even though we are generally believed now, considered to be the number one in the world at what we do, I always have the mindset of the man at number two, the boxing challenger. You have to stay humble. You're only as good as your last performance. I'm an ex-professional musician, and certainly that is the case for that. So every client that we assist, we look after them as if they were our very first client. And that is how we survive, and that is how we will survive. And I've just moved, as you can see, we've just moved to this new office, which we moved into in January 2007, which is our commitment to running this business for many years to come.
So what are your future plans for Thai professionals?
As I said, we have bought this new office. We are basically intending to trade for many years into the future, well into when I'm living here as well. I live currently in the UK most of the time, but I come out here for several weeks at a time as often as I can. We plan to carry on running the business because we enjoy it. We don't make a lot of money out of it, but we enjoy it. We meet very interesting people. We've got friends from every continent now, and it's very, very rewarding. I used to be a teacher, and I used to find that rewarding. I find this rewarding now. We're helping people, we're helping genuine people, we're helping people who've maybe given up hope on finding that special person and thinking, well, it all sounds a bit too sugar-coated, it won't work for me. Well, it will work for you if you're patient and you keep your head together and you go out with focused intent. We will deliver for you. So our plans basically are to keep going. Is that it? Here is the relaxing garden area outside our office, where couples can spend some quiet, reflective, romantic moments together to get to know each other. Tappany and Lawrence also, when time permits in their busy schedules, like to sit quietly together and share their thoughts at the end of the day. I think we've got enough now, haven't we? That's enough, thank you very much. That's fine. Am I gone?